Hello, welcome to Above Deck, a below deck breakdown podcast. I'm Sarah Goldman, coming to you from my home in Charleston, South Carolina. And with me is my college roommate and co-host, Kelly.
I'm Kelly Busby, a former radio host and also someone who is pretty geeked about being in the path of the total eclipse coming up, which, again, this will be coming to you from the past, so there you go. But I'm coming to you from my home studio in Columbus. Together, we hosted the Socks with Sandals radio show on WFAL in Bowling Green, Ohio, and we are back again this week to discuss Below Deck and our love of all things Bravo. Today, we'll be discussing Below Deck Season 11, Episode 10, Grenadian Nightmare.
Here's your recap. Chef Anthony struggles with the a la carte dinner menu, and the interior feels the strain of the difficult charter. The new stew arrives, and the crew gets a day off, and the Barbie and Fraser drama make it not so fun. Kelly, what'd you think?
This was a frustrating episode. I was frustrated for Anthony. I was frustrated with Jill. I was frustrated with Barbie and Fraser.
There were a lot of people I wanted to hug in this episode. I just wanted to reach out and be like, it's okay.
Everybody
great.
needed one.
It's going to be okay, for sure.
Yeah.
So when the episode begins, it's the second night of the charter, and Anthony has so many courses to prepare. Jill is asking for dinner to be on time, and Barbie just doesn't want to be there. We're definitely in the mid-season struggle part of the season.
When Jill came up to Fraser and says something to the effect of, oh, well, we spoke with the chef, so I'll catch you up. We went to sit at 8:30, and the time check was 8:20. It's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating how she's just taken over everything.
Know. It's very cringy. And she's so not aware of it being an issue at all, because that's how she goes through life.
Oh.
And that's also why we love to watch her.
Yeah. I mean, I can never be like that.
Thank goodness. I don't know. Barbie has plastered this smile on her face, and it's kind of freaking me out.
It's freaking me out. Like her eyes are bugging out of her head. I don't even know.
Yeah. Fraser is worried.
Rightfully so.
Captain Carey joins the guests for dinner, and Fraser takes orders since there are several options. And he says he's going to start with the primaries. And as soon as Melinda starts talking, because she wants a little bit of this, a little bit of that, Jill quickly jumps in with a suggestion like, oh, maybe just a bowl of the, whatever on the side.
Lord.
Question.
Yeah.
Why are we taking orders?
That's a good point.
Just follow the preference sheets, and then everyone gets what they get. Like, this is the vegetarian option. This is the gluten-free option. Like, I don't understand. Like, we've never done this before. I don't know why we're taking orders. Breakfast, sure. But dinner?
Yeah. Well, and then they did it for lunch the day prior, and it was, or maybe it was the same day, but it was, it was every time they take orders, something has been got messed up. So the food gets cold. And I did love, though, how Fraser handled we're going to take the primary orders first.
Jill.
But why did she feel the need to jump in to add to Melinda's order? I mean, Melinda's a grown woman.
Right. She's just a controlling type personality. I have a tiny bit of this in my personality, where just a little bit.
I would say
I have to think about it sometimes and rein myself in, like, more with my husband. So he'll be like, hey, we should do this. And I'm like, but wouldn't it be better if we did it in this order? Like, sometimes I'm just like, shh, it's fine. Don't have to do it your way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you have that awareness.
Jill doesn't have that filter.
No.
So Melinda and her husband have 8 children. We find out they really need this vacation.
Is it a vacation, though? Or is this a trip?
I hope Melinda still had fun.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to know the conversations that went on between Melinda and Jill afterwards. Like, or maybe Melinda's just so used to this.
Yeah, that's true.
So I wonder. The orders are coming out slowly, of course. The food is cold.
It did not look appetizing at all. I'm really worried for Anthony because I don't know what that was that went out.
When he was drizzling that brown sauce and Fraser's like, no, no.
We're
He
not
just
doing
starts
this.
wiping the plates. Absolutely not.
Yep. Not today, friend.
Not today. Not ever. Meanwhile, Ben and Dylan are talking in the bosun area, and Dylan says he's hooked up with charter guests and he's been very naughty.
Well, it's because of his pickup line. Does this?
This is gross.
I don't even know how you do that, but and the hey baby.
He said it's hit or miss.
I would say it's probably more miss than hit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, Barbie
Dylan
makes this frozen concoction in between courses because they have to kill like 20 minutes. And Fraser said it was either that or he would breastfeed Captain Carey to kill the 20 minutes.
This is the absolute best line of the season because it's so visual.
Yeah. Finally, this dinner is over, thank goodness. Anthony knows that it was terrible. No one needs to tell him. And he says he doesn't want to be on this charter anymore. I don't think anybody does. Except the guests.
I think everybody's done.
Yeah. Ben talks to Fraser about the lead deckhand decision. And he says, Dylan is great, but so is Sonny. But he's sleeping with Sonny. And Fraser says, be careful.
Does the captain know?
I don't think so.
I don't either. They've been really good about keeping it kind of secret.
Yeah.
Ben said that Dylan was like a puppy. And if he means that he's energetic and excited, then yes, I agree. He does have a lot of energy, and I wish I could have some of that. I'm wondering, though, if it's from washing his ham before he eats it. I don't know. We didn't talk about that last week, but
no,
it came up in the last season or last episode little thing.
Yeah.
So and then they cut to Sunny saying that she trusts Ben. And is this now the official death of their relationship?
Probably. They would not put that in there because he's just so trustworthy. The next day, Barbie brings Captain Carey his coffee, and is it just me or the way she keeps saying, yes, sir, here's your coffee, sir? It's obnoxious. It's condescending or something, right?
I think it's so very obnoxious. And I kind of feel like she's wanting him to ask her, what's wrong? What's going on? And
yeah,
I think,
exactly.
And because she doesn't normally talk to him or others like that, so she's hoping he'll ask her so that she can say what's going on with Fraser and how they're not getting along and how he picks on her or whatever. He does tell her to take some time for herself, which she says thanks, but I wonder if either of them told Fraser. Because if she would just walk away and go lay in her bunk or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, I assumed he meant tomorrow you're gonna have a day off, take some time for yourself. I don't know.
I hope so.
But at least this is the last few hours with these guests, so at least they're getting off soon.
Yes.
It's very windy when they're coming in for the docking. Captain Carey's worried. The wind is kind of pushing him off the dock. And you hear Jill questioning his decisions. She's watching from the stern of the boat. She's like, what is he doing? Should he just let her drive?
Yes.
Anyway, so suddenly he's in the spot. All good.
I kept saying, shush, Jill, shush. And so this begs the question. We barely heard from any other guests.
I know.
So I started to wonder if they even had mics on because everything was so Jill centric.
Yeah, I did feel kind of bad for them. We had a comment on our Instagram this week, and it was, I think, Melinda's nephew.
Oh
and
dear!
He was like, wasn't my aunt the primary or something like that? Question mark. Oh,
exactly.
So when the crew lines up for guest departure, Fraser takes Barbie's hand and he tells her, great job. Tries to have a little moment.
I feel weird about this because I kind of feel like it was sincere, but I also feel like he's like, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
I'm
like he's tried everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
So,
was definitely forced on both
oh yeah,
ends.
absolutely.
As Jill's leaving, she says, "I hope I wasn't too much work."
Oh Lord, 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 Lord. I think we all know the answer to that, Jill.
Melinda says it was the best vacation ever. Happy to hear her say that.
Yes.
And they depart. And then
Bye bye.
right after that, Captain Carey says, "I'm cracking a beer now."
Well, you got to
That
figure he got to eat with them. So, like, there's other conversations going on. So he's probably hearing more and more and more.
mm-hmm. So Anthony is called to the wheelhouse, and Captain Carey tells him dinner was BS,
Yeah.
appalling. Like, he does not sugarcoat it at all. And
Yeah.
Anthony feels really terrible. I was so sad watching him in his green screen, being so down on himself and thinks he's a loser. And I just wanted to reach out and hug him in that moment and tell him, "You're fabulous. Everything's going to be okay." And I'm sure we didn't see that whole conversation with him and Captain Carey, but I was wanting like more of a, I don't know, what is it? A compliment sandwich, you know?
Right. Right. Where you do this, and then the bad stuff is in the middle.
I know you can do it, you know,
Yeah.
like you've done it before. You just need to simplify. I'm sure there was much more to that conversation, but bad.
You could see it all on Anthony's face, and you could hear it in his voice. He was just so sad, but I hope he can rally from this because I think he's amazing when he's having a good day. And we all get it. We all have bad days. That was just his bad charter.
Yeah, he really needs a helper. He needs somebody that's washing dishes for him, and he needs there needs to be another person running plates. Sometimes, you know, someone will even, they'll kind of delegate like plating.
Yeah.
They're like, let's bring somebody in, you know?
Yeah. And
Like, I know we're
put
down
the
a stew,
finishing
but
touches on stuff.
a lot of times with the last couple dinner services, the deckhands are just like hanging out talking. Like, they can be washing dishes. They, you know,
Absolutely.
the stews are busy, obviously, because they're down a person, but like, let's get a deckhand up there.
Absolutely.
So Fraser tells Barbie he cannot deal with the no eye contact. Did I skip a part? Or am I good? No, I'm good.
No, you're good.
Okay. The not talking to him, not answering his questions. And Barbie explains, you know, she was pissed about things from yesterday, about
Yeah.
and then seeing Zandy talking to him at the bar when he was like cleaning up and she's busy even though Zandy was off, and it just made her mad. She's just boiling.
I think everything was making her upset, and I think we all hate when we have days like that. But
Mm-hmm.
you're right. We're in the middle of the season. It's the big hurdle and it's wearing on her. And
Yeah.
I think she's young and she's still trying to figure out how to handle this kind of situation.
Yeah. I think she is like 29. So she's not, I'm pretty sure, 28, 29.
I'll
I
shut
think
up
I
now.
may be mixing up some of these people because I think
I
Zandy
know
is
Zandy's
30.
older. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe she was 28. I'm not sure. Also, I think Ben just turned 28 or 29. So I might be mixing this up, but
Okay, well, Barbie looks amazing for her age.
yeah, she
I mean, they
does.
all look amazing, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, I thought she was in her early 20s.
Yeah. Could be. We need a fact check. The tip meeting, 20K. It is a lot of money, but it is the lowest tip of the season. And so they're a little disappointed.
To say the least, you could hear a pin drop in there. But I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie though, if someone gave me over $1,600, um, I wouldn't cash. I wouldn't balk at that anytime.
Yeah.
Nope.
Kyle says he's saving up to do some traveling, and he just found out he has some Native American heritage.
That's so cool.
He's got family in Montana, and by the way, I saw on Instagram just a few weeks ago that he was in Missoula, Montana. So he
Well,
took that trip. So that's very exciting.
so neat. I just think DNA and ancestry stuff is just so cool and so interesting.
I
So
know it is.
that's
It's
neat.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, tomorrow they get a day off.
Whoop, whoop.
It's at a resort, and then the new stew is going to come tonight on the night out.
So before they leave to go on the night out, Fraser said, I'm going to ruin some lives tonight.
Okay.
You have big goals there, friend.
Oh my goodness.
It's a little exciting there.
Yeah, I totally miss that. I'm eating my nugget ice, Jill.
Now, your Diet Coke ice without the Diet Coke.
Yeah. Okay, the night out. They go to a place where they eat dinner at a picnic table. I hate sitting at a picnic table at a restaurant. Give me a chair with a back, right?
But like, there's no graceful way to get into a picnic table. Like, you have to straddle and spin.
No, I mean, it's just like hard wood. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
at camp. I'm not 10. I don't want to sit at a picnic table.
I'm a good kid.
So here comes the new stew. Everyone's response is, wow, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Her name is Paris, and Fraser knows her. She is the ex of Jake from a couple seasons ago.
Okay.
So here's some things we learned. She is a soul stew in Perth, and she loves mayonnaise.
Puke. She ate soda crackers with mayo like oozing out of it in her green screech. Like, I just love mayo. Yum, yum, yum.
That was disgusting.
I can't. Paris, you seem like a great woman. Let's not ruin it with mayonnaise.
But no. She's very outgoing. She said she gets happiness through other people's suffering. Not sure if that was a joke or not.
She's there to stir the pot, she said. So let's see what happens.
For sure. So Sunny is very worried because this beautiful new person just arrived. And she says she and Ben have a lot in common, or at least, they're both from Australia. However, Zandy is very glad because someone else likes to do laundry.
Yeah.
Paris said she loves doing laundry, housekeeping. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, the next day. Wait, not the next day. This is the night out. Wait a second. Oh, no. This is the next day. Okay.
That's
so they're
right.
on their way. They're on their way to the beach club or whatever. Yeah. And we learned that Paris has kangaroos, like pet kangaroos.
Aw, fun.
And an echidna. And then
I'm not gonna lie. I thought she kept saying a kidney. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then then echidna, I'm like, oh, maybe she's talking about like, no, those are baby joeys. Like, what is she talking about? So
so
now that I know what it is
now is, it's like a little porcupine type critter, like a hedgehog kind of.
I'm a Google search what we're going to talk about here in a second. Keep going.
So be honest, Kelly, did you pause the show and Google image search echidna penis?
No, but I'm doing it right now, and one of the options for the search came up as echidna penis size chart. So obviously I'm going to click on that. Images.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you see it? It does look like a foot, right?
Ew. I don't even know what. Ew, no. Thank you.
Yeah, I paused it last night when I was watching the episode and looked it up. And when I pulled up Google Images, some of them were even blurred out. Like I was
the one that I just clicked on is blurred out.
I'm like, really? Like echidna porn now? Okay. Anyway, thank you, Paris, for enlightening us. Side note, do you follow? Huh?
I'm gonna send.
Oh yeah, send me whatever you're looking at. Ooh. Okay. Side note, do you follow Josh Neal on Instagram, the guy in Australia that has the guinea pig kind of hobby farm?
No. Oh, I think I've seen some of his stuff.
Oh, okay. He will sometimes rescue echidnas and like get ticks off of them and like, I don't know. Anyway, that's why I know what an echidna is.
It's a very unique name.
Yes, it is. Okay, so they arrive at the beach club and Barbie is venting to Ben about Fraser. And in this moment, you can really see his tattoos. And did you see the tattoo on his arm by chance?
No.
It says, "Make my body your canvas."
Why doesn't that surprise me? Make my body your Oh.
Is that like paint me like a French boy?
That's what I was thinking.
Remember last season, I think it was Trossie, like they had the little not a scavenger hunt, but like,
Relay.
yeah, like a relay, and they had to paint each other, and Ben was like laying in his budgie smugglers. And anyway, I was like, did he get that tattoo after that? I don't
Oh
know.
my gosh. That'd be amazing.
So Fraser decides to fill Paris in on his issues with Barbie just so she knows kind of what's going on. And she feels very awkward about this. You know, she just got there.
Um, I don't think this is a good idea on Fraser's side. I know
Yeah.
they know each other a bit more than normal, but yikes. If I would have walked into a new job and something like this happened, I'd been like, I check, please. I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want
Very
to be part of
strange.
it. Yeah.
Fraser asks Barbie what she and Ben were talking about, and things really go downhill from there. Fraser ends
Yeah.
up walking away, and he's just like, I'm done with you. And then Barbie goes after him, and then she says that she's like, I do love you. And I think she's realizing she could be fired or off the show, and she's trying to do some damage control.
This was all just a recipe for disaster. But so, and then again, Ben is involved and he's talking to both of them. And Paris,
Yeah.
who has been part of the crew for less than 24 hours, is now
Hmm.
involved. It's just, it's not good. Everybody just needs to simmer down.
Yeah, for sure. And I just wish somebody would check on poor Anthony, who's just like floating off by himself. Literally, no one goes and checks on him. It's like, hey, I know dinner service didn't go well, but like, it's going to be okay. Like, he
Yeah.
really, like, let's get out of this drama and let's go check on our friend.
Yeah. Seeing him alone and in his own thoughts was absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah. Sandy tells Sunny and Dylan that she needs a man and she wants someone older because she's done raising people's husbands.
Preach it, sister. Preach.
Barbie walks down the beach. She's crying, and Paris goes to check on her. And
Yeah.
Fraser tells Ben he's done with Barbie, and Ben wants him to give her like one more charter. And Ben said Fraser's flaw is not seeing the overall picture.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's really easy for him to say this because he's got people that are really easy to work with in his department.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
And
you
he's
know,
not a
he's not
person
dealing
down.
with. Yeah, exactly. So, what are these necklaces that everyone is wearing? Did you notice that? Ben,
Good.
Fraser,
Yeah.
Paris, and Anthony are wearing them. Even Melinda was wearing one. I feel like they
I
must have been
think it's their
gifts.
microphones.
Oh, really?
Yes, because they're
Oh,
due to the lack of clothing
okay.
and anywhere to clip and the battery packs and stuff. So it's just a microphone.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I thought everyone just got these like friendship necklaces and they're very ornate.
They're Jill Zarin brand.
They're Jill Zarin. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense why almost everyone was wearing one.
Yeah.
Dylan is talking to Paris and he said she doesn't look like a Paris. She should have been named Crocodile or Crocs because she's from Australia. Then he asks if she likes Steve Irwin, and she says she's trying to compute why he's so cringy.
Right.
And she
Yeah.
said if Steve Irwin was there right now, he would say, "Crikey, this is cringe, mate."
It was horrible. It was
Yeah,
horrible.
she said he's gorgeous, but he's so awkward,
Yeah.
which is just so true. And then to end out the conversation, he points out some salad in her teeth.
Okay. What was this whole conversation? Like, he didn't let her finish talking at all. And he was super heavy into Australian stereotypes. Like,
Throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
right. I was waiting for him to ask about Crocodile Dundee. Like, what are we doing? It was just awkward.
AJ, he wanted to talk to her. He just didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
Did not have a good
He
plan.
tried, but wow.
Just ask her some questions about herself, Dylan, and then listen to the answers.
Right. Give it a try. See how it goes.
So now Ben is talking to her. He's rubbing his hands all over her knee, her arm.
Benjamin.
You don't do this. What you just met this person. You don't have consent to do this. Like, it was weird.
Yeah.
And Sunny
Yeah.
sees it.
Oh, yeah. and Zandy too, and they're both like, I don't. Ben, seriously, what was this? What were you
What
doing?
was that?
I,
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know. He was feeling some kind of way or connection that I don't know that was reciprocated.
Is that how
It
they
was
greet
strange.
each other in Australia? Like, I don't.
Yeah,
Come here,
it was
Sarah. Let me
strange.
just like, Sarah, come here. Can we just
Rub my knee, Kelly.
rub your knees? Come here.
You could rub my knee because we've known each other since 1998.
We've known
And I
each
would
other
not
since
think
last
it was
century.
weird.
No. And I would tell you if you had salad in your teeth because you would tell me. But
Absolutely.
it's just weird.
Anyway, so Barbie calls her mom. She's very upset. She wants to go home. This was sad.
It was really hard to watch. And the
Yeah.
fact that none of them have had a good night's sleep in a while, they're all busting their humps.
Yeah.
It's super duper hot. They have been drinking. This is all just a bad equation. Nothing good is going to come from this.
Yeah.
But she's trying to put her makeup on while she's crying. I was like, oh,
I
hun.
know. I wanted to give her a hug too in this moment. I felt very sad for her. I do think that she did have some clarity that the problem is really like the personality conflict of her and Fraser.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So,
next episode should be interesting.
yeah, it definitely should. Okay.
So, speaking of interesting, Sarah, it's now time for our segment, Fraser's Phrases. All right, Sarah, there were some good ones this week, so tell me which one is your favorite.
Okay.
Number 1, we've got to kill 20 minutes. If I've got to get my tits out and start breastfeeding Captain, I will. Number 2, how's it going, babe? Great chat. I have never wanted anything more than to drop these guests in the Esser.
Oh my God. Tell us how you really feel.
I've learned that you've got to pull the kill cord a lot earlier.
Okay.
And then, what would happen if I wasn't around?
Oh, this was good. It's definitely the first one about feeding Captain to kill 20 minutes. I mean,
that is the line of the season. Like, so good. Fraser, we love you. It's time for Hot Tub Combo, where we discuss what's happening with our favorite Below Deck cast members.
There's been so much discussion online about Jill and her appearance on Below Deck. I mean, Us Weekly articles, there's a lot. And she's really been dragged through the mud for her behavior on Below Deck. And there are some people defending her, though, and it's kind of from an unlikely source. We've heard from several yachties that a lot of her demands are totally normal. Okay. Kyle from Below Deck Med said asking for snacks to be all over the boat is totally normal, and it helps out the stews because they're not constantly running back and forth. So that makes sense. And he said at the end of the day, these guests pay for a very high-end yachting experience.
Yeah.
Which is true. And obviously a lot of these people are hired mainly for drama. So you're not going to get maybe I'm guessing you don't get the high-end experience that you would if it wasn't being filmed for a TV show. I don't know. Yeah. Now I will say that Kyle, like us, seems to be a big Real Housewives of New York City fan. And he said Jill is TV magic. And I have to agree there. This has not been the most exciting season, at least so far. Right. And look how many people are talking about Below Deck and Jill because of these episodes,
She was just what was needed. And I don't even know, like, if in the timeline of things, if she was set to be in the middle of the season, but it
worked out perfectly.
Perfect.
Yeah, so say what you will, but
she's doing amazing.
Yeah.
We also heard from a stew from Med Season 7, Elena, who is at the Balkan Biscuit, said, I don't know how much of this was... Huh?
I said, I love her screen name.
Oh, it's the best. So Elena said, I don't know how much of this was editing, but I must say that Jill was right about expecting toiletries. It is a boat standard. And we've had a couple of other yachties DM us and say the same thing. Who
Yeah.
knew?
So I know. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Huh.
So yeah, thank you to everybody that reached out about that. Definitely more like 90% of comments are anti-Jill and like she was a nightmare.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to a little bit show the other side of it. So
Absolutely.
in other Bravo news, or in Sarah Bravo news, I've
Yeah.
been watching Summer House Martha's Vineyard.
Okay.
And I have one more episode of the first season. There's only 8 episodes, I think, in the first season, and they're now in the second season. So I wanted to get caught up so I could know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's really good. The house is gorgeous. The
Oh, I
cast
bet.
is really good. I would say I like it better than regular Summer House. And
Wow.
there's a lot of people, and I think casting was really good. And
Yeah.
now I know who Bria is, who we met at BravoCon with her little dog Milo.
Ah,
Yeah, I was so
aw.
excited when I saw Milo in the first episode because I'm like, oh, we met Milo. We met Bria.
And Bria. Bria, you were fantastic too. Very kind.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad because I was like, oh, what's your dog's name when we met her? And
Yeah.
Milo he's already a celebrity. So
But we were there. If who else? Oh my gosh, Malia was with her.
yeah, it
So
was it was Malia and Bria.
yeah,
Yeah. So
super cute.
yeah, so highly recommend. That's a good show. And then I
Okay.
also watched on Peacock the Bet It All on Blonde, which is the Erica Jane special on her preparation for her Vegas
Oh
residency.
yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Like it seems very real compared to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So it was cool to see her like not a stitch of makeup, like having
You
some
would
bad days, having some good days. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool.
awesome.
So
We'll have to
anyway,
check that out.
recommend. It's now time for our segment, Join Me in the Wheelhouse, where we decide who needs to see Captain Carey for a stern talking to. Kelly, who do you choose this week?
My list was kind of long,
Okay.
but I'm gonna narrow it down to Jill again for just interfering with the flow of things, and Barbie for just being Barbie.
Yeah. I'm conflicted because I feel badly for her, but I just don't think Fraser is that bad of a person to work for. I think he's fine. It's just a personality conflict.
Well, and I don't think she's used to people telling her what to do. I think she's used to having people do things for her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't know. Good. Yeah, those are pretty good choices for this week. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Above Deck. Thank you to our team at Hurrdat Media, especially our amazing producer, Grace. Please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to this podcast. And don't forget to tell a friend. That's how most people find us. And also, we'd love it if you would rate and review us 5 stars only.
you can follow us on Instagram at Above Deck Pod, and you can also email us at abovedeckpod@gmail.com. Don't forget, you can also watch us, our cuteness, on the Hurrdat Media YouTube channel. Until next week, I'm Kelly Busby.
And I'm Sarah Goldman. We will see you actually probably in a few days because we have a bonus episode this week. So see you next time.